It is our absolute pleasure to welcome Bonnie Tyler, who is a 3-time Grammy Award nominee and a 3-time Brit Award nominee, who is notable for having songs like It's a Heartache, Total Eclipse of the Heart, Holding Out for a Hero, and Turn Around. Joining us in the studio, Bonnie Tyler, thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Well, it's certainly given your voice that kind of unique husky tone, and I guess over time you've become more and more famous for having that kind of little bit of a husk to your voice as well. I want to ask a question. One of your greatest hits, of course, Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people actually, I guess our age, Sam and myself's age, we're more familiar with the 95 cover.
I'm not.
Well, I'm not either.
I'm
not either, but I think this is our writer, Eugene, who's more familiar with this version.
He's
By
from another
Nicky
generation.
French. You know, what are your thoughts on that particular version?
Well, I like it as a power ballad, the way I do it, you know. But I wasn't really into the disco sort of sound of it. But it went to #1, I think, in America as well, you know. So, I mean, it was great for Jim Steinman. And it, you know, because he wrote the song and everything. And since then, it's also been #1 for 12 weeks in France with the version that I did with a girl. I sang in French and English. With a girl called Karine Anton, right? And we were #1 for 12 weeks running with this version of Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh, wow.
I know, it's incredible. There's been lots of different versions. But
What would that sound like in French, if I may ask?
Je t'aime en you.
You've recorded so many songs, but if I was to put you on the spot right now and said, Bonnie Tyler, which is your all-time favourite song that you have performed?
Of my own?
Of your own. What would you choose and why?
Well, it's a toss-up between Total Eclipse of the Heart and Holding Out for a Hero, really. You know, Holding Out for a Hero gets everybody going as well in a different way. You know, like everybody's like very energetic to Holding Out for a Hero from the film Footloose. But no, it's got to be Total Eclipse of the Heart. I love performing it, you know, and I love to hear everybody singing the turnarounds, you know, with me and I never get tired of singing the song, and I'll be singing it in New York on the 15th of June for Jim Steinman, you know, when he is in the Hall of Fame of Songwriters.
I Need a Hero. That song, on like you mentioned, Footloose.
Yeah.
What was it like having a song associated with a film that was that successful, that popular?
Very exciting, because I tell you, I'd never been into Paramount film studios ever before. And when they asked me to do this song, they played the rushes of the film to me in the private little theatre. I know you can see in some of the films when they're having a look at the rushes, you know. So they played me the part of the film, before I ever recorded the song, the part of the film where Kevin Bacon is, you know, doing that chicken run thing they call
on
it.
the tractor,
That's right,
yes.
with his shoelace gets caught and he wants to jump off, but he gets stuck on there and they think he's a hero sort of thing, because he stayed on, but but he couldn't get off. Anyway, but they played the part of the film for me to see how much energy, you know, to put into the song. So, and that really helped, you know, because when you know that, you know, that you can picture the scene, it's so much easier to sing then, you know.
So you'd seen the rushes for the film, and then from that's
then we
how
went into the recording studio.
And you kind of could put your own spin on it, and you had an idea of how strong or powerful or energetic you wanted it to be.
Yeah, because you wanted them to feel that power of, yeah, come on, Kevin! You know, you're a hero!
and I mean, that film in the 80s was probably one of the biggest films that was released.
Well, the album went triple platinum in the days when platinum meant something. You know, like the record industry has changed out of recognition, you know. I mean, Total Eclipse of the Heart, for instance, was selling 52,000 copies a day.
A day?
A day!
And that's when people actually had to go out and physically buy music.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't just get on your computer and put on a few keys and it'd pop on your computer.
52,000 a day. More often than not, I have to say, it was like 36,000 a day. They're having a gold record for 50,000 copies now, you know.
You could have had 20.
I could have had, I don't know, my maths is terrible.
So each time, do you actually get a physical copy of Platinum Records each time you get given a Platinum Record? If it goes...
I have got a copy of the Footloose film thing with triple platinum on it, all the triple platinum discs on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if it goes triple platinum, you get 3 platinum...
Yeah, I'll stick together and, you know. It's probably somebody else singing if you played them. Have you ever played a gold disc?
I'd be too afraid to take it out the frame.
You know, Status Quo played a copy of the song, right? Mm-hmm. And it turned out to be Shirley Bassey singing. It wasn't their record at all.
So they just get a gold record, pop the sticker on and think, no one's ever going to play it. That's going straight on the wall. Oh, that's brilliant.
We've actually had a listener get in touch with us and he said, Stop the World. He actually saw you the first time on black and white television.
I think when you were in Korea.
Hey, how old does he think I am? I am 60, but you know what I mean. Actually, that would be about right, wouldn't it? No.
Now, you mentioned obviously that the record industry has changed quite dramatically. In terms of you being an artist in that industry, how do you what's your look and what's your picture on the industry change? Are you for it? Are you against it?
Well, you know, all the reality shows and everything, it does give people an opportunity. But I think better opportunities are if people got a young band together and worked the, you know, clubs and things like that. But there aren't. Those places don't... There's not so many places where people can do this anymore. Live music venues, you know. And that's what I did. I worked like 6 nights a week, every week for 7 years.
This is when you were 16?
Well, I started when I was 17 and a half. When you're young, you count the half, don't you? When you're 60, I mean... I'm 61 in June, and I never say 60 and a half. No, you know,
60 and 3/4.
But I don't look it, do I? I have Botox twice a year.
I was going to say, you certainly don't look it, but I admire the fact that you actually admitted that live on air.
Why not?
Well, a lot of people wouldn't.
Oh, for God's sake, they've only got to look at the internet and they'll find out anyway.
In terms of... the internet as well. Have you found that being an artist, do you see that as a negative, the way that everything's online nowadays in terms of music?
Well,
or is it opened up to a different audience?
The thing is, with hit records these days, you don't look at it so much as, you know, like putting a record out there and, you know, like going triple platinum like before. You look at it in terms of, right, if this, like for instance, if they release it in Korea, you know, and it's played all over the radio, all right, there's no fortunes in the records anymore. But it's the gigs, you know, that I want anyway. I love doing the live work, you know. So that's the way we get it, you know, through the live gigs.
So for you, it's more about kind of exposing people to your music, and then they're going to come out and you know, have that live experience.
Yes.
Because I think these days, live concerts and live gigs are becoming more and more important for artists.
Yeah. It's funny on this show, though, not your show now, I mean the shows that I'm doing on the weekend, they only wanted each artist to do half an hour each, which is weird.
Half an hour?
Half an hour each, yeah. Normally my show is nearly 2 hours, you know.
Just by yourself, 2 hours long, and then they asked you to cut it to half an hour.
Yeah.
You just start warming up and you'd be ready to go.
Well, it works out about 40 minutes in the end, because we're doing two songs. All the artists are getting on stage for 2 songs. So this is about 40, 45 minutes, I suppose.
Now, before we wrap you up here today, is there anything you'd like to say to all your Korean fans that are out there listening?
Come and see the shows. You know where I am. I can't remember the name of the place now.
I haven't got it off the... We can get the information. Our writer, Eugene, is just popping it up in front of us right now. It is this Saturday and this Sunday that you're performing.
Yes, and there'll be the Manhattans.
At the Sejong Cultural Centre.
Sejong Arts Centre.
And myself. And it's going to be a great night.
Well, I can tell you now, the Stage On Cultural Centre, that's a great venue. Lots and lots of room, so there's probably going to be loads of people there, so do get out and enjoy it. Oh, it sounds like it's going to be great.
Make some noise.
Sing along to Total Eclipse of the Heart and do the turnarounds.
Yeah.
Well, you know something, thank you for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been
thank you.
Fantastic.
It certainly has. An icon in the studio. Bonnie Tyler, thank you very much. More of Drivetime after this.
All right.